Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas certified boogeyman. I'm the one that up to score with him. Walk him down whole time. I know he got some hoe in him. Pulling him, extort, bully, death rowing him. I said Tank having fun. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show ninjas. Tank the certified boogeyman. Tank Davis, Javonte Davis of Baltimore. Man. He's in Vegas. He just did the press conference and made videos about it. Somehow, some way, he got the coordinates and the location, send location, to where Devin Haney was at apparently. And you seen that candid video where he pulls up and presses Devin Haney. In the next minute, I will show you the full clip. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I will give you guys my thoughts on everything I've seen, but that's the setup. Javonte Davis in Vegas for the Frank Martin press conference. Also went to the Canelo Payday, you want Payday versus Munguia fight. And I made videos about all that. Javonte Davis got the drop on where Devin was going to be, and this happened. Roll the clip. Now, Devin Haney just came off a brutal loss. At this moment of me recording the video, it's still labeled as a loss. However, Ryan Garcia did fail a banned substance PED VADA test. So we're still waiting to see what unfolds there. But as it remains, he failed the test and they're doing an investigation. We'll see if the loss gets overturned, changed to a no contest, no decision. You know, if it sticks and stays that Ryan beat him fair and square. Whatever happens, I will be here to tell y'all. Nevertheless, Devin Haney in his lowest career professional moment, you know, now he has this where Tank is trying to pull up on him and it looks like some civilian filmed it, you know, and you could tell by the dodgy filming, like they didn't want to be obvious about it, but it was probably just somebody who happened to be in the casino or wherever spot they was at. And they didn't want to be so slick and obvious about it, so they were trying to capture it. Because you notice when Tank walks out and faces the camera, then all of a sudden they kind of drop the camera. So, you know, that's usually an indication that somebody trying to be slick and, you know, kind of sneaky with it. In addition to the brutal Ryan Garcia loss where he was dropped a gang of times, to add insult to injury, this video leaks. But then Devin Haney's car, you also had Tank and, you know, someone from his entourage, and it was posted up in front of Devin Haney's whip. Like, obviously, you know, you would see a rapper do this who's beefing with another rapper. He's doing it to taunt, like, yo, like, I'm on your side, what's popping, where you at, type of thing, and they by the whip. I remember Stitches, the rapper Stitches, he did this to The Game. The Game and his entourage were in Miami, and Stitches was, like, spitting on The Game's car. Aftermath, right? And then the Stitches crew and the Games crew, when Games crew came out, they came out the club, then there was a confrontation and Whack 100 end up dropping and knocking out Stitches, right? But that's the same kind of situation where Stitches knew The Game was in his side of town or whatever in Miami, but it was the reversal, you know, instead of Devin being in Baltimore and doing this, you know, it's Tank doing it to Devin in where he grew up in, basically Henderson, Nevada, Vegas, blah, blah, blah. Tank Davis then said, at Devin Haney, tell them how I made you and your team dip out and I'm on y'all side of town. That ninja a cold Beezy. And you guys know what I'm saying when I say these things. We got to nice it up for the YouTube algorithm. So he says, Devin Haney, tell those people how you and your team dipped out when I pulled up and I'm on y'all side of town. That ninja a cold Too Short's favorite word. Devin Haney responded to Tank and Entourage being by his whip and says, this ninja liked my car so much he took a picture next to it. ... Champion Motoring, who I'm sure customized and got his whip right. He says, at Champion Motors, send him one. I told you stay tuned to the end of the video for my opinion. I don't have too much to say because this is really their issue. Devin Haney's response, very weak to me. I always look at the verbal warfare, kind of like battle rap. Like you see Kendrick and Drake going at it and, I'm breaking it down. But, I mean, he's saying this guy liked my car so much, he took a picture next to it and then he tagged the dealer or whatnot and said, send him one, which is weird because Tank has made more money than Devin Haney and he's the A side. So clearly he could buy that same whip if he wanted to. So I thought that was kind of a weak response, just being fair. Now, as far as them beefing, listen, I'm from the Bay Area. At the end of the day, this is their business. This is their issue. I'm just from a outsider looking in, giving you my thoughts on it. Don't have a whole lot to say. Again, where I'm from, this type of stuff happens all the time, and really it's other people's beef. The only reason that I'm actually even speaking on it is because I get paid to talk boxing, like point blank period. Don't really care, but for the fans, I know the fans care, and it's two people that the fans have been following the beef and stuff. So it's really the only reason I'm talking about it. That being said, Devin's response was weak. I don't feel a type of way. This is Tank and Devin's issue. I don't feel a type of way about what Tank did, though. It's funny to see grown men who are so enthralled with this like drama and soap operas where I'm seeing comments that are like, why? Tank's a cyber bully. And then now he pulls up in real time. Now they're saying he a bully because Tank is undefeated and Devin just lost. So why are you picking on somebody off of a loss? But when has that ever mattered? You know what I mean? If two people are ops and you see them in a weak and vulnerable position, or you just see them and want to confront them, that's just what it is. It's not going to be like different. Like if 50 Cent, Ja Rule's on the back half of his career and he caught him in the spot or whatever, then what? He's supposed to not taunt him and not be who he always is? Like that doesn't make sense. And you have people like, oh, how could Tank do this? And getting so involved with this. It's not even that serious. It's not like somebody got hurt. It's not like nobody's fight got canceled. The only person that got hurt is really Devin in his last fight with Ryan Garcia. So Tank didn't do that. Like he just pulled up. And the other thing that's very hypocritical to me, Bill Haney and Team Haney and Devin Haney literally have been talking about Tank for I don't know how long, year plus at least, at the very least. In fact, when Bill Haney was doing that live with Floyd Mayweather, who Floyd Mayweather and Tank themselves aren't connected right now and seem to have a contemptuous relationship, right? When that happened, if you notice, as Bill Haney was like, all right, hang up the live, in the live stream, somebody in Devin's house and Bill Haney's house or whatnot was like, F Tank. And I was like, what is that about? I even said it on my channel. I was like, Tank didn't even have nothing to do with that whole conversation for somebody to be saying F Gervonta. So it's funny to see that people play these sides games for whatever reason and act like the Haneys haven't talked bad about Tank for X amount of time. And then now when Tank is finally on the same coast as Devin Haney, regardless of the Ryan Garcia outcome or not, and he want to check Devin's temperature, it is what it is. The whole time Bill Haney was at the zoo calling Tank a monkey.
Abdul Wahid, and she's scared of him. Look, one in the back, she ain't fooling with this. Abdul Wahid, and she's scared of him. Look, one in the back, she ain't fooling with this.
These same people didn't seemingly cared about that. And now when it's Tank doing it, you see the people who went into this not being objective and being biased They had no problem with Bill Haney calling a fellow Muslim a monkey, right? They had no problem with that. But now when Tank is trying to embarrass or whatever he's doing Devin Haney, now they want to play peacekeeper. Like, oh, how could you do this to a fellow Muslim? You're not supposed to kick a man while he's down and things like that. But it's just, nobody really cares about that. I think Tank Davis, and I'm not him, so I'm just giving you my outside opinion. He's been slighted by these same people for X amount of time, and he let it ride. And, you know, this is what happens. If you talk a lot of talk and then you lose bad or whatever, people aren't going to show you mercy. You talked all that talk, and now the wolves is out. And now it looks like that's what's happening. But that's what I'm saying. It's weird that people claim to be street dudes and things like that, but then they don't understand street politics. People, if they have an opportunity and everybody's like bagging on you, like it's no different. We'll take it out of the streets. We'll say R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. If you notice how that works, these people have been in their respective industries for X amount of time and unscathed, so to speak. But behind the scenes, it's reported that they were doing all kinds of things to make people feel uncomfortable. When the first couple of cases, these Me Too cases came out about each of them, like Bill Cosby or whoever, or Weinstein, then you notice that's where a flood of other people with similar stories come out and like end up dogpiling you. That's how it works, right? Look at like Jimmy Savile, like different people where once the can of worms is open, then of course that's when other people gain the confidence to express their thoughts, because it's like this is the best time to do it. So if you know the streets and people rep the streets and all that, then you'll know that people don't care if it's your lowest moment. You talk bad about them and now they have an opportunity to talk bad about you. That's what we're seeing. So I see like basically the Haneyacks, they're acting like this is hard to understand. Again, this is not my issue. This is between them. You know, whatever they got going on is between them. But for the people acting like they don't understand how this could happen and why is Tank acting like this, doesn't make sense. You see on the screen, Gervonta said, at Devin Haney, how's your jaw, champ? It's very basic math, basic arithmetic. The Haneys talk bad about Tank in their lowest moment or recent loss at this moment to Ryan Garcia. Now it's up. Point blank, period. That's what's happening here. It's not hard to understand. And it's funny because the Haneyacks are so like melancholy about the whole situation because Devin lost and there were vulnerabilities shown and whatnot, that they're trying anything to defend and make it sound crazy. But these are the same people and content creators when Caleb Plant slaps Jermall Charlo, slaps fire out of Jermall Charlo, and then they report stuff like that. They don't have a problem with that. They don't care that Caleb Plant slapped Jermall Charlo and he's going through mental health issues, for example, right? Jermall Charlo hadn't fought in 3 years. He pulled on Caleb's beard or whatever they got going on. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you as a bystander, this is their issue too. I don't care. That's what they got going on. Caleb didn't like something. I'm just telling you what happened. He didn't like something and Jermall Charlo said something. It escalated. And then Jermall Charlo, it culminated with Jermall Charlo being slapped. We all seen the tape. So how is it when Caleb slaps Jermall Charlo, probably at one of his lows of his life, if he's going through mental issues and trouble on the home front with his wife at the time, hadn't fought in 3 years, and then Caleb slaps him, everybody just talks about it, reports about it, laughs about it, you know, enjoys it, rewinds the tape. But then now Tank is pressing the Haneys or Devin or whatever, and they've been talking bad about him. And you have the Haneyacks talking about, oh, Devin lives rent-free in Tank's head. Oh, Tank is jealous of Devin Haney. What's there to be jealous about? He's undefeated. Devin's not. He has made more money. He's the bigger star. He's in Canelo's dressing room. He's not off of a loss. You see what I'm saying? So the Haneyacks, it doesn't make sense what they're saying here and now. Devin Haney lives rent-free in Tank's head. but it's the Haneys that have been mentioning in almost every interview and Instagram Live Tank Davis's name, while he pretty much stood silent and said a lot less than them. But now it's the Uno reverse when Devin is at a spot where things are tough, things are rocky, and he's being looked at in a certain light. Now they're telling Gervonta Davis to stop, but they didn't tell Bill. He was doing those caption videos, and he was talking about Tank and talking about Ryan Garcia uses shea butter and stuff. No one told the Haneys to stop talking. When the Haneys were saying like, oh, we gonna off Ryan Garcia in the ring, it was all fun and games. And then you have content creators who were laughing at that stuff. But then when the shoe's on the other foot, then it's a problem. So it shows who's truly biased. Me, I don't care about none of this. This is their issue. It don't have nothing to do with me. I'm just giving you my perspective. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun though.